Hey guys, it is Jen with Mother Time, and today I'm going to take you along as I make some fall arrangements using most of the supplies from Dollar Tree. And wait till you see how these turn out. They are stunning, they're beautiful, and the best thing is they're custom, and it's just, there's such joy in making these and taking the time and making a cup of tea or coffee and just sitting back and making these and designing these beautiful pieces, these beautiful arrangements to use throughout your home for fall. So if you're looking for some fall arrangement inspo that's affordable using most of the supplies from Dollar Tree, I've got you covered because I'm going to share some ideas with you here today. So grab yourself a yummy cup of coffee or hot tea, sit back, relax, and let's get started. The first arrangement I'm going to make for my sideboard in my dining room, I'm using 2 pool noodles from Dollar Tree. I'm going to use the full length of it too, but you can cut the pool noodles to adjust the size. And here are all the Dollar Tree florals I'm using. The only ones that are not from Dollar Tree are the white mums, and they are from Michael's. But everything else is from Dollar Tree, including the zip ties. So first I'm going to attach the 2 pool noodles together, and this is going to give me more room to make it even fuller and lush. Now I'm going to go in with the Dollar Tree leaf stems. I like these because you can really fluff them out, and I'm going in at a diagonal, going back and forth between each of the pool noodles until it's full. When I get to the center, I start going the opposite direction just to kind of mirror that, and then I go in with some of this wheat. And the more you use, the more different florals you use, the more fuller it's going to give it texture, it's going to give it that volume. The mums from Dollar Tree are one of my favorites too because they really fill in the spaces too. So I would like to use a lot of the mums as well. Here's another one of the mums, and that's really going to fill in those spaces, fill in those gaps. Here are the Michael's mums, and then once I have it all filled out, it is so lush and beautiful. This would look beautiful on a mantle too. These acorn picks are some of my favorites from Dollar Tree, believe it or not. I'm using them in all of my arrangements because they're so fall-y. Just give it that very fall-y look. And then these pumpkins, also from Dollar Tree. I'm putting some toothpicks in the bottoms of them, or you could use like a little skewer, cut a skewer, and then I'm going to pop those in too. So I love using pool noodles for making these arrangements. It's just a great way to customize it. And look at how beautiful this turned out using all of Dollar Tree florals, including the pool noodles. Next, I'm going to make a beautiful candle arrangement using this floral foam vase, plate, and bowl, all from Dollar Tree. I'm going to begin by attaching the bowl to the bottom of the plate. So I'm using hot glue in E6000. The E6000 gives it a nice, sturdy, permanent hold. And then I'm going to attach the bowl to the bottom of the plate, flip it over, and then attach the floral foam. It's 1 pack of floral foam to the plate with some hot glue, and then attach the vase on top of that. Now it's time to have some fun and create this beautiful arrangement. I'm going to begin with these leaf stems. I really like these because you can really fluff and zhuzh them out. I am trimming them. That's what I'm doing over the sink so they don't fly everywhere. And then I'm just going around the edges. So I'm adding 2 to each side. So I have a total of 8. I like to lay all of my stems out and shop my stems, grab them, grabbing a couple more of the leaf stems, and I'm even trimming them off so I can go through. Then I'm going to get into the mums because like I did with the spray on my sideboard, those really fill in any gaps. So once I have all of my leaf picks in, I'm going to begin filling in using those mums and then adding that volume and texture with other picks. With the mums, I'm trimming them off individually, but then I'm also using the greenery that comes on the pick. I use everything that is on the pick, but I'm just using them separately. And the greenery is great because that fills in a lot of the gaps and fills it in nicely too, but then also creates that volume and texture. So here I am adding a little leaf pick too that I just trimmed off individually. Look at how lush and full this is. So it's one of those things where you want to trust the process. At first you're like adding a few and you're like, okay, is this really going to happen? But trust the process as you're going in. Look at how full and lush it is. I love this wheat, but I'm trimming these off individually as well. This is creating additional volume and texture to the arrangement and just having fun, enjoying the process, and wait until you see how it turns out. And look how beautiful this is turning out. Now I'm going to add in my favorite acorn stems. I love these, and they really kind of ground the arrangements too. So you're going to see them in everything today because I just love these acorns. They're fantastic, and they're just add a nice pop right there. So I'm going to add a few of those in too. Again, trimming them off. Then I'm adding some silver dollar. Again, all of these stems are from Dollar Tree. Everything I'm using here is from Dollar Tree. So even the silver dollars, trimming them off with my wire cutters. And this is just turning out so beautiful. Just a beautiful centerpiece for your fall table. And here it is, all done. Absolutely beautiful and so fun to make too. Now we're heading into my entry, and I'm going to make a similar arrangement like I did for the sideboard, but I'm going to cut down the pool noodles, save that extra. That's what's so great about using the pool noodles. You can customize the size. Now I'm going to take the zip ties. Again, these are also from Dollar Tree, but I'm going to make a candle arrangement for this table in my entryway. So I have these glass vases, just like I used in the last arrangement. I'm going to tuck them in, and then I'm going to secure them with zip ties. So I'm going to use 3 in this arrangement, using my zip ties in between. It really holds them in. See, I'm lifting it up and it's not falling out. So use the zip ties, give it a nice big pull and tug on that so it's nice and sturdy, and in case you need to move it around, and that's going to create the base for the next arrangement. Now that I have the base all ready to go, you can see I can lift it up without a problem. And here it is. I'm going to trim off that excess zip tie and then get adding to my stems. Now I'm going to begin with adding these very neutral stems. Again, all these stems are from Dollar Tree. I am trimming them with my wire cutters. I'm going to kind of go zigzag on this. So I'm adding one here, adding one there, just kind of adding them in because I'm going to be using multiple leaf stems throughout this arrangement, just so it's a little different than the one that I did on my sideboard. Now I'm going to be using these leaf picks, trimming them down again, and then kind of tucking them in. That's just going to create the base and then continue to add the layers on. So this, wait until you see this one too. It turns out so pretty. So again, just trusting the process. So at the first you're like, okay, is this really going to fill in? But yeah, as you continue to build the layers, here it is as I'm going on. So now I'm adding these leaf picks, trimming them down. So here you can see how I trim them down with my wire cutters, and then just going in and again fluffing and zhuzhing them out. That's my favorite thing to do, really kind of even pulling them and adding them in, and then I'm even cutting some and using individual picks as I am really getting all of the leaf stems in, kind of filling in any gaps that I see before I start adding the other stems. And really the amount of stems is all going to be based on how big you're going to be making it. For these large ones, like the one that I did in the dining room and this one, I used about 25 stems total. But if you're making something smaller, you might not need as much. And again, I like using the mums because they're going to fill in, also provides that greenery too. So you get the greenery like I'm just showing there, as well the mums. So it's almost a twofer. So you get the nice coverage, but then you also get that pop of greenery. So I use everything off of each stem. So I trim off there some more mums. I love this color too, by the way. And then I'm going to take the greenery off that. And so see how full this is coming? And this is just maybe 15 stems I'm at this point. And now I can also go in and see where that one was like I wanted to trim it off. Now I'm going in with that wheat. I love that wheat. I'm trimming it off individually, using each stem separately to really create that texture. The more variety you use, the more texture you're going to get. So now I'm even going in with the silver dollar, but again, I trim that off as well. And look at how this is from the beginning. And now going in again with those acorns. Love those acorns. And I have even just more stems that I'm trimming off, adding it in, creating that volume and texture. Now with this stem, I'm not using the berries on it, but I like that additional pop of greenery, adding in more of the acorns too. I just love that pop in there. It's so pretty. And look at how beautiful this fall arrangement's turning out. And finally, I found these little muted pumpkins, also at Dollar Tree too, and they're little clip-ons as well. And I just love that added touch. Here are some pillar candles also from Dollar Tree. And this is how beautiful this arrangement turned out. It was fun to make, turned out beautiful. It's custom. And I got to tell you, I just don't think that they make arrangements like this at the stores like this anymore. I remember years and years ago they did. Or if you're going to find something like this in the stores, it's definitely not going to be the cost it was to make this. So now finally, I'm going to make a wreath. This is great to use if you have some scrap stems left over. I don't, but if you have some leftovers, this is a great thing to do. Now, again, this is another thing where you're going to trust the process. At the beginning, you're adding a few stems and going, really? Is this going to turn out the way it is? Now you want to trim them really small. And now with this, I'm going in with each stem separately. So I'm taking my bundle of leaves and I'm trimming each one off, keeping enough of the wire so I can really pop it in there, and using the greenery in there, everything that's in there, going around, moving it around, turning it around, and adding the green, adding all of the colors that I have. And again, whatever color you're using for your fall decor would obviously maybe be a little bit different. All of these stems are again from Dollar Tree. And this again is a great way to utilize maybe some extra stems you have left over. And I'm trimming off the berries off this just because it didn't really match with everything that I had going on. And then again, I got my acorns because I just love these acorns so much. But I'm trimming these off individually and then just popping them into the floral foam. And look at how full and lush and custom this is turning out. Again, I was trying to find a small wreath. This is only 10 inches. That would be for my kitchen. And I got to tell you, even at Hobby Lobby, they're all pretty, they're just pretty simple nowadays. They're not like these full ones. If you're going to find something like this, they're definitely a lot more money. So, but again, create that volume and texture, adding a lot of variety. The more variety, the greenery, using everything from the stems, the more lush and full and custom it's going to look. This makes a beautiful wreath, but it's also a really nice candle ring too. You could put a beautiful flameless candle in the center of it, or a hurricane in there too. Now I'm going in with those muted pumpkins, also from Dollar Tree. And look at how beautiful this turned out. Absolutely gorgeous, full. I just love how it turned out. Again, trusting that process. At the beginning when you're adding those first few stems, you're like, okay, where's this going? But the more you add, using those leftover stems that you may have, but use everything off of each stem. Now I have this ribbon, this beautiful velvet ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I was going to use one that I had actually picked up at Dollar Tree, but I just loved this brown velvet one from Hobby Lobby, and I hung it here in my kitchen on my cabinet, and it is stunning. Okay guys, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope it gave you some fall decorating ideas as well. Give this video a big thumbs up if it did. You can also follow me over on Facebook and Instagram at Mother Time. Check out my blog, mothertime.com. And if you've enjoyed this video and you're not subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you click the subscribe button so you never miss a video. Okay, you guys, thanks so much for hanging out with me here today, and I will see you guys very soon in the next video. Bye, guys.